Hi, this is a session for Uncharted Space. We're going to be going over the general play-by-play and how to enjoy Uncharted Space. So we want to get right into it for you. We have here the board for a 2 to 3 person board game already set up mid-game so we can understand kind of what we're looking at as we start playing it. This is about 20 or so minutes into the session. For the game setup, you're going to shuffle your deck. The event card is going to be found right here on the top right. You're going to choose your captain who goes first and also who manages those resources. And you're going to allocate by color the excavation site and the farms and pieces just so everyone has all that they need to begin. For the board, that's going to be a 3 to 5 person, or sorry, 4 to 5. This is what it's going to look like, a little bit bigger. Generally, we recommend doing just the 2 to 3. Unless you really want to for a 4 to 5 person, you can do that even if you only have 2 to 3 people. Once you set up that board, you're going to place the event card to the right and resources are going to be to the left. Resources currently we have right here at the top. In order to understand what they are, this is the cash that gets turned in that can be notifying how much each player has towards their win condition. These are the diamonds, these are the food or the wheat, these are the energy tokens, and these are the other resources such as respectively rubies, emerald, and sapphires. And you got your dice here. You have the raider. You have your captains. This is the excavation site, different colors for different pieces. One of the other captains. These planets are their starting points in the game. This is your farms and another excavation site and another planet starting point. The different colors on the board represent the different resources where you can stand on in order to collect them. So the white is going to be diamonds, red is going to be the rubies, blue is going to be the sapphire, green is going to be the emerald, and then you have one space also for gold. Once you place the radar in the middle of the top map, that's going to be the final place for the game setup, and you can then begin the game. First person will begin by collecting a event card, and he'll show it to all the other captains so they know what's going to happen. There's going to be 2 different event cards you receive. One's going to be positive, and the other's going to be negative. You'll know it's negative because it's going to have this symbol, and you know it's positive because it'll have this blue crystal symbol. Once you've read it to all the other captains so that they know what's going on, you can then go ahead and proceed with your turn. You're going to then roll the dice, and based on what the dice are rolled as, you're going to collect the resources for it. So if it's 11 through 12 that you roll, it'll be diamond. 9 through 10 will be sapphire. 6 through 7 will be rubies. Sorry, and then 7 through 8 would be emeralds. 4 through 5 will be energy, and 2 through 3 will be wheat. If you roll doubles, though, it's going to be a raid that gets triggered. So then you'll collect resources based on excavation sites for that. So if a player rolls a certain dice, let's say he rolls 6 to 7, he's going to get rubies. And then based on the other resources that he has, he can then next turn build an excavation site or a farm. Or he can cash in some of those resources for gold towards the win condition. He can move his player up to a maximum of 3 tiles, and then he can also trade with players or merchants for other or different resources that he may need or lack. He can also upgrade his fleet in order to protect him from a raid, and he can then at the end of that turn, like I was mentioning, cash in those resources for gold. The end of the turn is once you cash in those resources, you can earn additional gold by cashing them in, and depending on event cards, it can sometimes even be worth more. So strategies can change round by round depending on what the event cards may say. The end of the game is once someone has collected all the gold that they need. The win condition is 10,000 gold. So for example, when someone has collected all the gold, if the first person finished, then everyone will get a chance. But if number 5 finishes, or number 3, in this case, then 4 and 5 will try to get a higher gold amount than number 3 as their last turns. But number 2 and number 1 are not going to go again. in order to understand a little bit better, let's go ahead and do a play-by-play. So let's say, for example, Morticius, which is one of our captains right here, he has a resource right here, an excavation, or sorry, a farm, and then he's got an excavation site to the right over here. He's going to go ahead, and he's the beginning of the round. He's going to draw an event card, and the event card says one extra resource each to each captain depending on what they roll. So awesome. He's going to roll the dice, and let's say that he rolls a 6 through 7. So he gets the rubies, right? Instead of getting 1 ruby, he's going to get 2 ruby tokens. He's also going to choose whether he wants to move or not in order to get different resources. Diamonds are pretty awesome. You know, they're one of the highest ones for cash value, but he really needs to build another resource. So he's going to actually move over to the emeralds. And so he moves 1, 2, and he then collects 1 emerald resource token. So next turn, he'll have enough in order to buy another farm, and he's going to want to place that farm in a close section nearby so he can get the right resource needed and help speed up that return. Once he's ended his turn, he doesn't want to trade with anyone right now. He doesn't want to cash in any resources. He's just going to go ahead and end that turn and pass it over to the next captain. Turns like this will continue again until all the captains have reached the limit or not. Let's say he is at 9,000 gold, and he needs to build that other excavation site, which will give him a bonus of 100 gold, as well as be able to receive 200 gold per turn. So once he does that, within 4 to 5 turns, he's going to win the game. Other captains can then know based on that and be able to send raids to him to help sabotage the progress, or they can do other upgrades to their fleet, maybe to make sure that they're able to have a win condition ahead of him. That's the game, though, for Uncharted Space. You keep collecting resources and trying to sabotage other people so that you're the one who's able to conquer the galaxy before them. Hope you enjoy playing it, and look forward to seeing you in Uncharted Space.